Emily Duncan, whose book Wicked Saints is coming out. Adib Khorram, whose book Darius the Great is Not Okay is an amazing contemporary novel that just won a bunch of awards from ALA. He's great. Laura Pohl, who is actually another source books author that I knew beforehand, whose book The Last 8 comes out this year, and it's science fiction. And I think that's all of us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all responded to her tweet because we were definitely on Twitter and not writing. And then in July of last year started just sort of recording. Mm-hmm. And it's definitely been a rough start. Margaret does all of the editing. And
she's the DM, right?
And she's the DM. We're in a sort of standard, like, Dungeons & Dragons world. I play a wizard.
Nice.
And so it's been a really fun experience.
Yeah.
I think only Adib, Elle, and I had played Dungeons & Dragons before. Mm-hmm. And I've never played a wizard in Dungeons & Dragons, so I have zero idea of how any of my magic works.
Yeah.
So we're all just sort of stumbling our way through a quest right now.
Yeah.
To escape jail, which has been fun. But I think because we're all young adult authors, we're all very focused on the story and character development.
Yeah.
And which has made it very interesting, the fact, like, we're all just like, we could do this great quest, or we could get closer to revealing our tragic backstories, because I am certain they're all tragic, even though we don't really know each other's backstories yet. But yeah, I'll even catch myself doing this sometimes where, like, I shouldn't have said that, because that's just me pushing a backstory thing happening. I should just get a sword. So yeah, it's been very interesting and fun, and you can sort of see our writing styles and our characters, and just the sorts of characters and motivations we gravitate to.
Yeah.
So
it seems to be doing pretty well. I mean, it's
people.
It's an inundated market. Like, there are so many but I mean, you guys got fan art like a week from launch.
Yeah, I'm really blown away by that we have like 2 people who are great and did fan art. Marcel, my character included. We're just like, ooh, this might actually be a thing people listen to.
Yeah.
Because we're like, we have 5 listeners, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because we were mostly just recording it and then cackling to ourselves for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also all of us do listen to all those other tabletop shows and, like, watch Critical Role. So it was most of a, like, well, they're doing it. We could also do this thing, and even if nothing happens from it...
You can never play D&D any worse than the McAvoy brothers.
That's true.
When it comes to actually being able to play it.
Ooh, we get close.
Oh,
I definitely listened to an episode of Spell Check the other day and went, oh, I did that, and that's not at all how that was supposed to work. I was like, my familiar cannot do that after the fact. It's like all the stuff that's coming out now we recorded months ago.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's not how wizards work. I goofed up.
All right, so Spell Check is available on everywhere you get podcasts, anywhere you get this podcast. They also have an official Twitter and such like that. Where can we find you on the interwebs or on social media?
I am lucky enough to have gotten my own name for most things. So, like, on Twitter, I'm at Linsey Miller, LANSEY MILLER. The misspelled first name and commonly spelled last name. And then linseymiller.com is my website. And basically Twitter leads to everything else. Mm-hmm. Although I'm attempting to take a hiatus now so that I can finish edits and work. Not working very well.
I believe your Twitter handle is Linsey Miller is bad at being at a hiatus, I believe.
Really bad at being at a hiatus. I'm also attempting to take a Twitter hiatus where I'm also just Linsey Miller. Mm-hmm. Did I say Twitter or Tumblr?
I think probably Tumblr.
Attempting to take a Tumblr hiatus.
But you do have a Tumblr?
I do have a Tumblr. It's still just Linsey Miller. I have links to other things I've written and done online there. I got to write an episode for a podcast. That was cool. It was for The Bridge, which is
nice.
A horror alternate history podcast. You can find that on Tumblr. And yeah, that's about all the places where I am.
Cool. And I'm sorry.
I was going to say, if we have a second, I have book recommendations.
Oh, feel free.
Yes,
I was going to ask when it comes to books you're reading. You mentioned you're reading Margaret's book, but
yeah, I'm not reading anything right now because of edits. But I read 3 chapters of Margaret's book and went, "This is good," and I don't have time, and sort of hated myself for starting it. No, I do a thing where anytime I talk about myself, I make myself recommend other books.
I was wondering. Okay.
Which is my weird rule.
And I always try to have that happen too.
Yeah, there are things I'm looking forward to reading. If I can just list them.
Yeah.
I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. Brilliant Death by Amy Rose Capetta and Adriana Strickland, and her co-author, whose name just flew directly out of my head, but is also last name Miller, wrote a great duology called Shadowrun, and have some new books coming out.
No relation to the cyberpunk?
No.
No.
If It Makes You Happy by Claire Can. Reverie by Ryan LaSala, and A Place for Wolves by Costco Jackson. Those are all different genres.
Okay.
And then
these aren't pure fantasy recommendations.
No, these are all YA, but they're
not
YA,
pure
fantasy. Just, for some variety.
Yeah.
Pick one at random. Give it a spin. And then just some authors. Sean David Hutchison, Claire Can, Meredith Russo, Marika Nijkamp, and Anna Marie McLemore are all very great authors right now that are happening and doing really great things. Yeah. It's like they're not inspirations, but I like seeing them do things and reading their books.
And we'll of course have all of those many recommendations in the show notes. Last thing before we go, what advice do you have to? Might be difficult. Writers sometimes they're great at this. I don't know. What advice do you have to someone who's looking to get published, or even who might be just trying to get pen to paper on their new fantasy novel?
Treat it like a job.
Treat it like a job?
It is a job, even though we pretend it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I always set times aside for me to write and build my day around them. Or make sure that I build my day so that I can do my actual job and then go do my other actual job, which is writing. Make sure you know the rules of querying.
Querying. Make sure. Rules of querying is a whole different thing.
Make sure you know what a query letter is, what the agent is actually looking for, how they like to be queried. Just revise, edit, practice. Writing's a skill. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
If you look at what you've written and feel like it's garbage, everything feels like it's garbage a lot of the time when writing, until you take a step back and go, well, okay, maybe my brain's terrible and it's not garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not always a great judge of a thing you created. You should have some confidants and friends who can also tell you what's going on with your writing and when it's good, and maybe like, hey, this dialogue feels weird, rewrite it. So find your people, find how best you work, and those will take you at least some of the way.
Yeah. Then you have to actually write and create something.
Yeah. Once you actually write it, smooth going.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on, Linsey.
Yeah, thank you.
You can keep an eye out for her duology is currently out at bookstores, online retailers, and such. Mm-hmm. And keep an eye out next year for Belle Revolte, right?
Yeah.
All right. And another standalone in the future. Yes, in the future.
I know what it is, but I can't talk about
yes,
it yet.
That's entirely fair. All right. We'll have all the information on Linsey's work, everything she's recommended, things like that in the show notes, in the description. So, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.